Hi everyone, it's Dominic, and today I just want to do a quick update telling you about how my last few weeks in Japan have been. Also, I have some important news I want to tell you guys. So firstly, I came back from my school trip about 2 weeks ago, and we were in Kyoto for 4 days, did loads, went to Osaka, went to Himeji, went to Okayama as well. So I did loads in the 4 days I was there, and there is still so much more in Kyoto that I want to see. So I would definitely like to be going back there in the future. I think the really good thing about the school trip was that we were traveling in small groups. So like my class at school is 40 people, and you think in a class of 40 it's maybe easy to talk to people, but it's really not. Like it's a bit daunting when you're surrounded by so many people and you don't really get to know anyone. So being on the school trip in small groups, it was nice that I got to actually talk to people individually, sort of get to know them as individual people. So that was great. And also, yeah, there are loads of people in my class that I still don't know. So I saw them on the school trip and I was like, oh, so what class are you in? They're like, I'm in your class. So that was a bit embarrassing. But other than that, yeah, I came back from the school trip, and last weekend, or the weekend just gone, today is Wednesday, I was in the Japanese countryside. I was in Gunma, which is about 2 hours away from Saitama, and I was there because my host mother's mother is from Gunma, so we went to go and stay at her house for the weekend, which is nice. Unfortunately, I was stupid and forgot my camera, so I don't have any pictures for that. I'm sorry. But yeah, it was pouring down with rain the whole time, so I didn't think I would have been able to take anything nice outside. Um, and the Japanese countryside, what is there to say about it? I don't know, it was kind of weird. Like, I wouldn't consider it countryside, I would consider it still kind of like city. Because I think what happens, what I've seen a lot of it in Japan, is like they'll have the countryside, and then it will slowly start building into a city, and then it will just be like a city in the countryside, but they'll still call it the countryside even though it's a city, which is confusing, but that's how things work. Um, One thing that I definitely noticed about the countryside was being the only foreigner there, you get stared at a lot more than usual. So, being a foreign student in Japan, you're, I don't know, you get stared at like a lot. It's kind of something that if you're going to be an exchange student, be prepared. You will get stared at pretty much every single day, um, and I don't really mind. It's like because people are just interested or intrigued that there's a foreign person studying in Japan. Like when I'm walking around in like normal clothes, they would just think you're a tourist, so they don't look at you. But when you're acting in a school uniform, they're like, wow. So I've had some people like calling out at the street like "sugoi," which is like cool, or like "kakui," and I just laugh at it because it's quite funny. It's not like anything mean or malicious or anything. Like in the countryside, like I was in normal clothes and I was getting stared at so much. Like I would be in a restaurant and like I could just feel like everyone's eyes on me, and it's just a bit uncomfortable. It makes you feel a bit like uneasy, and you really like pay attention to what you're doing because you don't want to make any mistakes. Because as a foreigner in Japan, I'm not only representing all of the UK, but I'm pretty much representing the entirety of foreigners, because in Japan you have Japanese people and foreigners are regarded as the same, from regardless of which regardless of what country they're from, they're sort of seen as the same. So I'm sort of not only representing all of the UK but also all of foreigners. So you're sort of really aware of that and try to not make any mistakes. So yeah, um, but in terms of what else has been happening, it's been sort of just normal weeks at school. Nothing interesting has happened, but I have two big pieces of news. One of them is quite sad, the other one is good though. So I'll start with the bad news. The bad news is I'm going back to England next Friday, which is, yeah, annoying, but I have to sort out some stuff. And I also have some university stuff that needs to get done. So I was already always gonna go for Christmas anyway, but I just have to leave a bit earlier. So I'm staying home for like a month. So I will definitely still be trying to make videos at home though, and sort of, I don't know, if you have any suggestions or requests of videos you would like me to make, then please ask away. Also, if you have any questions, because I would like to do a question and answer video soon. So if you have any questions, then please ask me and I will make a dedicated video to questions and answers. But the good news is that I'm staying in Japan a whole extra month. So originally I was supposed to be going back to England in June, at the end of June, but I spoke to my teachers, and the the teacher who was organising it, and she said, well, you can stay to the end of July, like if you're able to get a host family to have you again. And the host family I'm currently staying with, they're really, really nice. And when I told them that I might be able to stay until July, they're like, that's amazing, stay with us please. So I will be staying with this host family again in July, because I'm leaving them next week when I go home. So I'm really happy I get to stay with them again, because they're really nice and friendly. So yeah, those are my 2 pieces of news, and I'm going home next week. Before I leave, I'm probably going to try and make another 1 or 2 videos. I'm going to probably do a uniform video, because I did make one before, but it was part of another video, and I want to actually talk about uniform properly, because someone has requested it, so that's what I'm going to do. Also, I might do a video on how I get to school, but the problem is that since I live quite close, so like I take a train that takes literally like 2 minutes, so it's not a very interesting journey. From January, I will be living slightly further away, so I'll have to take more trains, and take 2 trains, I think. And I think the journey will be more interesting, because I'll be going through like bigger stations and stuff. So I might make a video in January about how I get to school. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any further questions, please ask. And I hope you liked this video. And if you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.